Greeting Local 2627 sisters and brothers. Today is Monday, March 5th, and just let you know a couple of things that's going on. And there's a few things going on. One thing, tomorrow is Ask Me Lobby Day up in Albany. We're trying to stop this Tier 6. We're trying to get numbers out there. And when you go out there, I mean, anytime something like this is going on, we ask our members to get involved, because DC37 supplies buses, to send us up there, and they feed you while you're up there, and they feed you on the way there and on the way back. Sometimes we need to show numbers, and these are good opportunities. Now, of course, you have to give up a day of annual leave. Believe it or not, even though myself and Mike are on release time for things like that are not management versus the union, we have to also use our annual leave to make trips like that. This past Saturday, Mike and I had to go to Philadelphia for a Q&A or some changes that we want to do for the next international convention, which is coming up in June. And DC37 had a lot of questions about the way it went the last time, and they asked us to come down and from the other district councils around the country on this part, I guess you say, on the east, in the eastern region. And we were down there for about 4 or 5 hours on Saturday, so our work never ends. Of course, we didn't have to use annual leave for this day because it was on the weekend. But we need to get involved. These things like Tier 6 and increasing our pension benefits and things like that are very important. Moving right along. As some of you may found out by this time, there's been a consolidation of some of the telecom titles. Telecom specialist voice has been moved into telecom associate data. What they've done was they've increased the level in telecom associate data so that there's 4 levels. You will be affected by this only in title change. It's what they call a logical move. Everything stays in place. Your salary stays in place. Your longevity stays in place. Things like that. Everything will remain the same as it is. It's just that they're phasing out that telecom specialist title. A little bit of union info for you. In 2008, there was a teacher out in Staten Island who was fired because she became a chapter chair out there. She worked for the teachers union, and she was fired. And last week, a judge overturned her firing, saying that she could not be fired because she was doing union work, and they had to give her back pay from 2008, retroactive from 2008, any raises, anything that went along at the time. Now, this is a perfect example of that. Management cannot stop us from talking about the union and doing union things at work. It's our collective bargaining right. Also, another issue was a couple of years ago, DEP had banned, the Department of Environmental Protection had banned the use of the internet, their email system, to do union work. And this was overturned by the courts because they cannot arbitrarily pick out one particular section or one particular group of people and say that they can't use the email just for that and let them use for everything else. So that was overturned, and which is a good thing, which means, and like I've told people before, they cannot penalize you for using their email system to correspond with the union or with other members talking about union issues. Okay, moving right along. I'm going to put this on the good and welfare. As you know, Seth Solomon at Transit Authority had filed charges because he said I misappropriated and embezzled funds, myself and Barbara Kirsten, who is the director of the education department at DC37. Now, the problem with with the charges were they were completely without merit, because Barbara Kirsten and myself have nothing to do with the welfare fund at all. At all. Besides that being before my time is coming into this office, but we have nothing. The locals have nothing to do with the welfare fund. It's a total different fund. Now, when we accreted the Transit Authority people into Local 2627 or into DC37, they had the option of choosing DC37 benefits or keeping the Transit Authority benefits. The members who kept the Transit Authority benefits are subject to the Transit Authority benefits, so they did not qualify for the education reimbursement. The other things they get, like they can sign up scholarships for their kids, and they can also get the reimbursement from 2627. They just cannot get the DC37 reimbursement. But Seth felt that he should file charges against me, and it was the charges were upheld. They were unfounded because, like I said, Barbara and myself, we have nothing to do with the welfare fund. Well, after the decision came down, Seth Solomon filed an appeal. I got back the letter from the appeal. The appeal was up. The original ruling was upheld without merit because we have nothing to do with those funds. I just want to make you guys aware of that. You guys and gals aware of that. Moving right along, Maria Casey from Queensborough Community College had a death in her family, and Cheryl Ivy has been ill for a while. She's been out from NYCHA. She's been out ill for a while. And of course, Local 2627 sends out our love to them and hope that they have speedy recoveries and hope that they sends out our sympathy. And until next week, in solidarity, this is Robert Ajayi.